Welcome to the new wrestling podcast with my guys, Ringside Savages, RSS. Note it down, write it down, remember the name because we're going to be cancelled very soon. And you want us in your legendary status books, alright? Because we're that savage. Well, I've got on my right,
It's your boy Mike, aka the cheek clapping connoisseur, aka the K-leg submission specialist, aka Mike Henry Sexual Chocolate, aka the man, and I'm out here to have a great time.
Sexual Chocolate.
You get me?
You get me? And on my left, we got
the one, the only, the new United States champion. It's your boy Tobi. Fucking sweet, baby.
Too sweet.
Too sweet, boy.
Too sweet. And then I'm Giuseppe, aka B-Tech Roman Reigns, aka B-Tech Jason Momoa, aka Giuseppe.
We love that.
We love that. What we're going to start with today, with the ones, we're going to start today, I think that we just get to know, well, we know each other, but we let the people get to know us a bit better. Just like who our favourite wrestlers are of all time, stuff like that. So I'll start with my favourite wrestler of all time and why. I'll start with mine's Edge.
Okay.
Yeah, the rated R superstar. The guy that had a porno in wrestling.
That was sick.
That was amazing. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was happening, but now when I clocked it, I was like, that was sick.
When the panties come out, we all knew what was going on.
Ah, gee.
That was being 10 years old and confused.
That's ruthless aggression right there, bro.
Ruthless aggression. And the reason I loved him so much is because when I was younger, like when I was little, I absolutely hated him. I absolutely despised him. Then when I hit puberty,
and you realise what they're doing in the bedroom.
And I realised that heels were the way forward.
Yeah.
And that heels are the best. I realised how good he was, and that me hating him was just like him being amazing at his job. Plus the whole ultimate opportunist. The thing that made me love him more than anything was probably when he, sorry to my boy Kofi, I love Kofi, but when he lost his title in the Elimination Chamber and then beat the crap out of Tobi?
Well, you kind of look like Kofi, like yeah, that's some resemblance. You know the Jamaican version,
My boy Kofi beat up Kofi, took his space in the match and ended up winning the other title. I was just like, yeah, this guy's amazing.
Yeah,
and then his whole thing of going and coming back from retirement and all that is just, now he's just inspirational, and obviously now he's doing his new heel gimmick. So
his comeback was goated, that Royal Rumble comeback.
Yeah. I think that's the GOAT most.
No one even saw it coming.
No one saw it coming.
You think you know me? I remember watching it live on my TV. I got a WWE network, and then do you know normally when you have a Royal Rumble surprise, you're like, okay, yeah, this is quite cool. This one, I genuinely, what? What? I thought that nigga was dead. That nigga broke his neck. That nigga was dead, bro, with his back. Yeah. I was amped, bro.
I was sick, but I literally remember hearing, you think you know me?
I was like,
no. Do you know what? Yeah, I remember there was whispers. There was little whispers about it being a possibility. But in my head, I was just like, there's no possibility. There's no way. I just didn't see it happening, you know? And when it happened, I was there. I think I almost cried, to be honest. Actually, it was late. It was like 3 a.m. and I was like tired and all that. But like I was there thinking like, oh my God, he's back. Like,
you know what even makes it better? He won it.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
They didn't win that one.
Sorry.
He didn't.
Well, year after, sorry.
He won
He was at the final 3 or final 4.
Year after, sorry.
Because Drew McIntyre won that one, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did. I felt sorry for Drew McIntyre. Won the title in front of nobody.
And then he had his whole reign in front of nobody. Yeah.
That's a romantic, you know.
But yeah, that's enough of my favourite wrestler of all time. Mike?
Mine, well, I got like semi-2. Yeah. And for different reasons. I call it the 2 eras of Michael liking wrestling, right? I never used to watch Attitude Era Wrestling because that was on Sky, and my parents never had Sky. So I only had Channel 4, so I used to watch Heat. Yeah, back when I was younger. When everyone was talking about wrestling.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I used to watch Heat because that's all I could get.
As well, isn't it?
Yeah, that was it. That's all I had. That's it. That's all I had in it. So I liked wrestling in it, but I didn't really love it how I did. When I started to love wrestling is when every single year I started to buy the WWE games. Like Here Comes the Pain, SmackDown vs. Raw 1, 2006, 8, 9, Shut Your Mouth. 2000 SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 ECW version, best wrestling game all time. You can't tell me otherwise. That game was elite, yeah.
I think I might have to go for 07 though.
07 or 08?
07
Oh,
with Triple H.
07 was the original SmackDown vs Raw, the one that came out in 05.
Yeah.
The one where the whole storyline is, in the end, you've got to fight Mr. McMahon because you didn't want to take his offer for I think he denies your opportunity for a championship, so you end up fighting him at the end of WrestleMania. When the end of it's like WrestleMania 20. That game. That's my.
That's good ending.
08 was really good as well. That I'm thinking about.
I just loved the Money in the
Is that
Bank.
Undertaker on it?
Yeah, Undertaker was in the front with Bobby Lashley, I think.
ECW,
With ECW.
Yeah.
I used to love the Money in the Bank ladder matches.
Yeah.
And I'd always choose CM Punk because he had submission, and it mean that you could be healthy again. And I used to love just superplexing people from inside the ring to outside, and they'll be normal, and they'll be all red after. They'll be red, all body red.
Might just try to end careers.
End careers, bro. Make everyone bleed. I had a great time with that. So, but around the beginning time, it was Rey Mysterio on it, because I used to choose Rey Mysterio in that game. Always just try and lift up the Big Show just for fun, even though I couldn't.
The way you done that was literally the action.
The way they did it. And they're going to hold their back like, oh, I'm in pain. I'm in severe pain. So like, I was just doing that. And I just love Mysterio because his entrance was, who's that jumping out the sky? How you are? And I used to love, here we go. I used to love it. When he won in Royal Rumble, I was so happy for him. So it was Rey Mysterio originally. Then I grew up and I stopped watching wrestling. I went to uni. Started actually being like a proper person. I mean, I grew up a bit. So I didn't play PlayStation as much, and then I basically heard the CM Punk promo,
the pipe bomb.
I was like, oh, who's this? I remember CM Punk before. This is where he is now. He's pretty cool, man.
He's cut his hair.
I'm like, this guy's talking some nonsense. So I started watching it again. So it was CM Punk for ages. But now he's going to AEW. I don't really like him as much anymore. And so he's a semi, just because he got me back into wrestling. And Bray Wyatt I love as well. Those are my favourites, I'd say.
Nice. I think I got to agree with Bray Wyatt. I think he don't get enough love as well. I think
Bray Wyatt's goated.
And now Tobi, who's your favourite?
Same as Mike. I have two semi answers.
Yeah, damn, I could have put another answer in.
Yeah, you could have done.
I'm putting Roman Reigns in there. That's all I'm gonna say. No. Roman Reigns an edge.
We like that.
Yeah. So yeah, former United States champion Rene Dupree.
Who's that?
Inside cricket's here.
Who the hell is that, dog? Whose man is this?
You know what it was? Yeah, he was such a young guy in the roster, and he had so many. The guy had a storyline against John Cena, and he was the youngest tag team champion of all time. Until that fucking, what's his name? Nicholas, the one that won it with Braun Strowman a few years back. That 10-year-old kid.
He don't count.
He don't count, but yeah, obviously he was like 19 when he won the United States champion. Sorry, not United States, the tag team championships, isn't it?
Yeah.
With Kenzo Suzuki, innit? So I rated him for that, and I thought his theme song was hard.
How did it go? Like sing it.
I ain't gonna sing the rest, but yeah.
It's a good attempt. I remember that.
Yeah, like the way it was, his entrance was gold. Also, I actually got to meet him a few years back at a wrestling event in Stevenage, and you know what? I remember the first time I tried googling his little taunt, that dance thing he does with his. It's called the French tickler, innit? For those who are watching under the age of 18, do not Google what a French tickler is. Your parents will slap you. I'm telling you that now. Mike, you know what a French tickler is?
I can make assumptions.
I can make assumptions as well.
Yeah. So
is it a penis?
Close for those to go. So when I remember when I was younger, I must have tried to Google the French tickler, like the taunt. I used to like his taunt, innit? Turns out it's also a sex toy.
So man was actually doing a sex toy related moves.
That's just the name of it.
That's like interpretive dance, bruv.
That was just ruthless aggression for you, man. They didn't give a shit.
Yeah, I love that.
But yeah, my second, my sensible answer, it has to be the all-time GOAT, Alele Eddie Guerrero.
Viva la raza.
Bro, do you know what is, I feel like when Eddie Guerrero passed in 05, I think that was my first heartbreak that I experienced in life. Just full stop. I just remember going on the website thinking, is this a storyline?
This ain't a funny storyline.
This is not funny.
Yeah,
so that's all this memorial show. I literally, you know what? Yeah, a few weeks back even, I was watching his remembrance thing on the Raw, from after he passed, that shit still hurts.
Yeah, dog.
Just seeing everyone on stage, like Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle, like everyone, like just upset as hell, innit? Like I feel like that was the first time in a while that news like that rocked the wrestling world overall.
Yeah.
To be fair, there wasn't that much competition for WWE at the time. Like they were ahead of the game. Like like TNA was still about and whatnot, but who watched TNA unless they went on Challenge by mistake or something? But yeah,
that was literally me when I was younger, going on Challenge by mistake and being like, why has this ring got 6 posts?
Yeah.
I didn't have Sky Sports. I had no choice but to watch TNA. I had no choice but to watch TNA, and I was like, "This will have to do."
To be fair,
AJ Styles.
To be fair, TNA got me into AJ Styles. So when he joined WWE, I got gassed.
Yeah,
Very
no.
true.
To be fair, with TNA, I personally never really watched it that much, but I remember seeing one storyline, and I started like falling down a rabbit hole looking into them. Actually, when can't think what they were called, but it was like Bully Ray was like the lead, and it was like motorbike guys. AJ Styles ended up turning babyface.
Ace of Hearts or some shit like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. They were wicked. But on that subject, you saying a heartbreak and Eddie Guerrero, I just want to put out there, one I see recently that got me was the Gaspar one, when he got put in the Warrior ward and that.
Yeah, you know what it was. Yeah, I felt so bad because that speech was bare like touching in it with his son, his wife. But when Dana Warrior come through for the entrance, innit, no one batted an eyelid.
Yeah.
When she walked through the entrance, like literally.
Yeah.
Please let me see the tweet. It was like Dana Warrior coming through to present Chad Gaspar's wife with the Warrior Award.
What the heck?
Like Jeff Hardy. He probably come down like proper like, and everyone just like.
Yeah,
you got to
was
present
sad.
Sad.
And he died, same his kid.
Yeah. People are shouting that it should be changed to the
Chad Gaspar Award.
Yeah, award.
Yeah, apparently Warrior's a dick, but I'm not gonna get into that because
Yeah.
I haven't read into that at all.
I haven't read into that either, so
to make that decision. So
It probably makes me like him more if he was a dick.
all right, Mike.
I did hear some stuff, but I was like, I quite like that attitude. I like the way you move, boy. Yeah, I like that shit.
And not in the ring. But yeah, all right, cool. Well, we've got a couple more questions to let people know, but I'll ask you this one first. I'm going to come last because I'm still thinking about mine.
Right.
Who's the person you love the most that people hate? This come from Mike. This is Mike's brain work. Good one.
Mm-hmm. Good one.
So you're going to start.
Okay. My favourite wrestler that everybody hates, and I still believe they still hate him to this day, because of things that he might have done outside of wrestling. It's always outside of wrestling these guys do things. You're like, oh, they're not very nice people. Well, he was a heel. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
But this is my favourite wrestler of all time, right? So basically, he like obviously used to come out, yeah, and instead of like coming out normally, a guy would come out and do this. Asco más con el lado. Estuos con estilos con blanco, más con escartinado. Esquilo con más blanco. Let's go. Empezar con lado, con ese lado. And he used to come in like the most expensive vehicle. And then the guy would go, I'm going to go, Ascon, Andalonian, Al Patron, Alberto, Del and he come out there. Bro, he had the worst finisher ever. It was a cross-arm breaker. I loved him. I loved him.
Do you know what? That's a really good one. Cause I can't stand him. And it's not about anything he's done outside and that, because I don't get too political. I just didn't like him as
a wrestler.
As a wrestler, I found him boring. Personally, the best part of him, was his commentator. But Rodriguez, Ricardo. My bad. Ricardo Rodriguez was his best part, in my opinion.
Yeah, you agree. I agree.
But yeah, that's a good one.
To be fair, I feel like his, what's it called? Them little like promos before they join the show, innit? His one's the only ones that's topped Veers so far. Like, he had Baradols for like weeks and weeks. Then he had his debut with the massive.
I just love that. He's like, and the thing I loved as well, because he's obviously Mexican, he had a really strong Mexican accent.
Yeah.
So whenever he said words, sometimes he'll say them wrong. So he'll be like, "Shamos." when we fall in dying. You will see a patron. Got some breaker. You'll be all your 100 over, and I'll be new.
Why?
WWE.
Why?
Wow. I used to love it so much, bro. I used to love it so much, man.
You know what? Yeah, like,
energy.
No disrespect to Alberto Del Rio, but what was booking thinking of making him win the biggest Royal Rumble?
Because it was funny.
Do you know what?
What were they thinking?
Do you know what? I actually generally believe that may have been the reason that I had to stand for him. That he won that Royal Rumble. Who did he beat in the final two as well? I can't remember.
Santino Marella. Santino Marella.
Oh yeah. But who was before him? Because Santino sort of snuck in again.
Yeah.
I can't remember who that was. Maybe it was Sheamus.
But imagine Santino won that, bro. He would be the new John Cena, man.
Something's telling me Sheamus as well. You know?
Yeah,
So
I don't know. I got a feeling. I think it was Sheamus.
To be fair, Sheamus's debut was solid. He won the championship really early, didn't he?
Yeah. From John Cena.
Yeah, from
early
really
times.
early.
Do you know what? Yeah, I feel like Sheamus is another one of them underrated.
Heels.
Underrated. Just underrated superstar.
Yeah, he's great.
He's wicked. But yeah, Toby, who's your guy that you love that everyone else hates?
I bring the darkness, I bring the thunder, I come from hell and I'll pull you under. Baron Corbin, innit?
Oh,
damn!
I like Baron Corbin.
I feel like Baron Corbin's long wolf gimmick was so goated because I feel like the way it was, I used to watch it, be like, I feel this. It's like a gimmick you can relate to.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Baron Corbin, he had everything. He had the build, the entrance, the theme song. You got to bear in mind, it's not just the wrestling, it's also like the entertainment factor as well. Even though he didn't have the best mic skills, however, broke Baron Corbin must have been the greatest few months on TV. How can man come to the same shirt flap on end? He's like, I need $10. Can someone in the crowd please give me $10?
Bro, little things like he had a website, like had a Just Giving website, and you actually go on a website and you could try and give money, but like, sorry, the URL does not work, and then we won't come and go, why does this always happen to me? But
you know what?
so sick.
I don't know if that was genius or not. Like, if they meant that, if they knew they were going for Happy Corbin, because that for me originally, I felt everyone thought that was him turning babyface. Like slowly they were going to make it. That's what turned him good.
But he's just an obnoxious heel.
But I feel like they just knew. Yeah, I don't know if he'll ever be a babyface, to be honest.
I feel like it was only a face very, very briefly at NXT, like early on. But I realised this guy doesn't look like a heel. He had a receding hairline of like a 50-year-old.
Bro, that hairline was what made me not like him. Because I saw the long roofie and I was like, how can you have long Shawn Michael hair, but you're bald at the top? Like, it didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
I hated that.
Like, the way it was, like he wasn't a 40 figure as well at one point, wasn't he?
Yeah. That's
the thing. I feel like that's when his mic skills improved because he was like, he was there for you to hate him, innit? Like. But I got to the point where even I bought a Baron Corbin t-shirt back when he was in NXT. Like, that's how much I fucked with him.
I like that.
I like that one. Alright, cool. And my one, I've been thinking as well, and I've got one, and it's probably going to top both of yours. Mine's the most hated for sure out of the three.
Who I think it is.
I don't know. It might not be.
Here's what I think it is.
I don't know. It ain't Everybody Hates Chris.
Okay.
Everybody hates Chris. But we all like him somewhat, but we don't want to say.
I used to love his wrestling.
Yeah, love his wrestling. But it goes a bit like this. Feed me more. Feed me more.
I used to love
it. On the table, it's just what you want.
Oh, that was elite.
Got too far. Yeah. Ryback, man. You know what? Yeah. The thing is with Ryback back in the day, I just loved him, innit? Obviously, I didn't really pay attention to this whole thing that he injures people. He's an arsehole behind the scenes. Listen, I watch wrestling, so I get what I watch.
Exactly.
I loved him. I thought that, I just thought he was just a massive. I loved his entrance music. Feed Me More. That actually, I feel like they held him back as well, WWE, because that Feed Me More was like huge. The crowd when he used to come out and stuff. And even to now, I don't know if you lot watch him, but Ryback has a YouTube channel, and he just eats burgers and stuff. And
heard about
he gets he just gets like Burger King burgers and that, and he just eats them and basically reviews them and stuff. But yeah, I think Ryback was awesome. I don't think he got long enough because I actually kind of liked Ryback originally when he was in. He was one of the ones because
Skip Sheffield.
Because do you know what? Yeah, I can't remember the guy's name, but my two favourite in NXT,
the original
NXT, Nexus. The original was him. It was Ryback, and I can't think of his name. In it, you know the one that used to wear the balaclava. And he just never come back. He just I never see him again.
You remember the fucking segment? So this guy would just be on his phone texting and the camera would just cut away. We used to be sat here like, and like he doesn't say anything. Then it just pans out to like a match.
For no reason.
For no reason.
But he just like I felt like they done that, and I was like, yeah, when this guy goes solo, he's gonna blow. And then
it looks like a UFC fighter, not a wrestler though, isn't it?
Yeah. But I also want to ask you guys a quick question. Who was the worst member of Nexus in your opinion?
The worst member of Nexus.
Yeah. Ooh,
the worst member. No, he was alright. I'm gonna say was Untunga part of Nexus.
Yeah, he was.
Because all he did was clothesline, and that pissed me off.
Yeah.
That's all he did was just clothesline, and it just pissed me off. Like, he didn't have any other moves in his arsenal but a clothesline. So, Daniel Untunga.
David.
I don't even remember his name.
To be fair, David Untunga, I feel bad for mentioning this. Didn't his wife cheat on him? Like,
yeah, bad. Good. He deserved it.
What's her name?
Gabrielle something.
No.
She won
that singer.
She won Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah. She
cheated on him. Yeah.
Let's be honest. You're married to a lovely looking guy. Yeah. He's also a lawyer. Yeah.
Harvard lawyer.
But yet he still lost half his money to her.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. I don't know.
Good if he did.
You deserve it, David Otunga.
All he did I don't understand why he was getting tag team championship pushes when all he did in the ring was clothesline.
To be fair,
that was it.
His theme song was goated. That whoa way whoa way
But
that power song.
I have to say that was my choice as well.
Oh, great.
He pissed me off when he used to come out in a suit and that. I'm a lawyer. Piss off, mate. Get off my screen.
You know, and the way it is, yeah. This is one thing I never understood about WWE as well. Well, this is when I started to realize something fishy's going on with this fake shit. Yeah, is when David Otunga used to go in the ring and used to be able to take a stunner and be alright, or take and then obviously when he started wearing a suit, one punch you'd be knocked out. I'm like, bruv, you used to just get clothesline and do clothesline, and now one punch, your health bar is reduced by so much.
Exactly.
Yeah, Tobi, and yours?
You know what? Yeah, I liked him after Nexus, but I felt like he just didn't fit in with the group at all. It was Heath Slater, innit?
Right, okay.
I felt like he was just like, everyone was like, and he's like, I'm a country bumpkin. Like,
he was Cletus.
See, I really like thing as well that a lot of people didn't like. Justin Gabriel.
His finisher move was goated. The 720 flip.
I think that's why I liked him so much.
Cool.
Obviously, there was that new Nexus as well, weren't it? With Mason Ryan and all them lot.
Mason Ryan. He was like, I remember my first one, Mason Ryan. I was like, is that Batista?
Is that the Scottish Batista? Was he Scottish or Welsh? Welsh. The Welsh Batista.
That's what they wanted. They actually wanted it to be exactly like Batista, didn't they?
Yeah. Then he grew his hair out. They kind of ruined it for him.
Yeah, disgusting.
Shout out Bray Wyatt, Husky Harris.
Yeah, he was
Harris.
Cool.
Yeah.
Bro, I've watched him back his initiation with Malcolm McGillicuddy, who became Curtis Axel, innit?
Yeah.
Like CM Punk was just whipping them in the back. I was just like, God damn.
He actually started torturing them.
Yeah.
Do you remember that storyline where he's like, yeah, you have to hit Heath Slater now. You have to beat Heath Slater. I don't want to beat up my mate. Well, you're at the group.
I feel like the weirdest thing from Nexus was the outcome. Like, Nexus just formed a new Nexus. The original Nexus formed the core.
Yeah.
With like
yuck.
Wade Barrett.
Retire the core. Just retire that.
To
from
be fair,
existence.
as individuals, the people in the core were sick. Like Wade Barrett, Ezekiel Jackson.
Yeah. Yuck. Ezekiel Jackson.
Heath Slater.
Ezekiel Jackson.
Who else was there? Justin Gabriel as well.
Yeah.
I feel like the core was sick, but to be fair, the core had like 30 different theme songs. I don't know why. Like literally every week on SmackDown, it's come up with a different theme song.
They just didn't know what they
pick
were doing.
one.
Yeah.
The thing is, why did they try and make the core after they flopped the Nexus? Like
That made
the
no
Nexus
sense.
was so much better. Like and they flopped it, not the guys like the actual company.
Like,
WWE.
because
They lost that SummerSlam match. No, Survivor Series.
Because they went up,
SummerSlam.
went up against John Cena. You know, like that was fine, but you had to give Wade Barrett the title. Shout out our English guy, Wade Barrett.
We love you, Wade Barrett.
Barrett is one
I'm
legend.
a huge Barrett fan. I thought his bad news.
I love him. Bad news for ya.
And I actually think I've got to put him up there for one of my favourite commentators now as well.
Yeah,
Like,
to be fair,
he's
NXT did a
great.
cracking job.
He's
NXT
great.
did
He's
a
great. He's
cracking
great.
job.
and I think he might come up to Raw soon. I'd trade him with Corey Graves personally. I do like Corey Graves, but I just think like Corey Graves go to NXT.
There was Pete with Corey Graves though. I feel like Corey Graves he's not here at the moment because he's having his honeymoon with Chimera at the moment.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Jerry Lawler is stuck in 2008.
Yeah, Jerry Lawler.
Doesn't add anything to the commentary.
Do you know what? I loved Jerry Lawler back in the day.
Yeah, his prime.
Now
Him
he's
with
just a bit-
JR were just elite. It's the best commentary group of all time.
But you know
Puppies,
what?
JR.
Puppies.
Yeah.
I loved it.
But yeah, I do agree. But obviously, Pat McAfee for the win.
Oh, he's the
Like,
best. He's the best.
I feel like that's
Best
the
in
best
the
signing
industry.
WWE have made that's not an active superstar in God knows how long.
Yeah,
Best
He's
signing they
amazing.
made.
Pat McAfee is one of the top 5 best human beings in the world, in my opinion.
yeah. I
Just
agree.
top
With that. I can
5.
agree with that. Next question we're gonna go for is Mike. Give us a question.
His question. Okay, what is one of your favorite matches ever?
Ooh. You can.
I'm gonna say a couple of matches.
Okay, go on.
So one of them is probably the Edge Elimination Chamber.
Okay.
When he joined and beat Kofi and won. That's probably one of them. The other one. See, there was something I really liked. Yeah, like I know I'm talking now, but there's something I really liked about that Roman Reigns versus John Cena match at SummerSlam.
Oh yeah, that was a good match. I enjoyed it.
The whole. I thought John Cena done a stellar job of the 1, 2, 3, making it seem like he could do it, you know.
Yeah.
Because John Cena done it in a way where I didn't think Roman Reigns was losing the title. But I was thinking his 17th title. Could they do a quick where John Cena gets it quick and then
loses it next week?
like a month later? I thought they could do that. And I think John Cena knew that people would think that. That's why he done this thing was, yeah, you'll beat the crap out of me. Yeah, you're better than me right now. But all I need is 1, 2, 3. You've got to prove everything. I thought that was an amazing match. I'm gonna think about my third one and let you take reign.
2 matches come to mind. My first one being the triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 22, WrestleMania 22, where it was Rey Mysterio, Kurt Angle, and Randy Orton. When Rey Mysterio won, I felt like that was very beautiful in terms of sentiment because Eddie, obviously, Eddie Guerrero winning. Like I remember this being gassed because on paper Rey Mysterio's not winning that. Like all it takes is Kurt Angle to do them 2 suplexes and you're done, or Randy Orton's RKO. Like Rey Mysterio's win then, and I feel like if I'm going back further, it would have to be Hollywood Hogan versus The Rock at WrestleMania 18. Okay. Because I feel like it wasn't even the match itself. I feel like it was the crowd was so fucking loud in the arena. Like literally, I remember when Hulk Hogan was just like,
well,
Hogan up.
To be fair, that match I have to put a point in there for that match as well. Great point is that they done so well that they actively changed the fans' opinion within the match. They started hating.
They switched.
They switched from hating Hogan and loving Rock to swapping over and hating the Rock and loving Hogan.
Even commentary picked up on it.
Yeah. I like when they do that. I don't like when commentary act dumb. They do that now.
Yeah.
Like there was one a couple of weeks ago, sorry, off topic, but like one a couple of weeks ago where everyone's going, Walter, and they go, the crowd are screaming Gunther. And I'm like,
Pat, why?
The way it is with commentary, I feel like Mr. McMahon's literally shouting in their ears.
He is. That's why, like, when people like, for ages, a lot of people said they didn't like Michael Cole. I never get that because I've always
I've always liked Michael Cole.
Elite.
But sorry, mate, carry on.
My third one. I don't even know. My third one would have to be, if I was gonna go recent.
I've got my third.
You go.
Oh yeah, you ain't got yours yet. No, go on, Mike. I'll say two, and then we'll do our last.
Okay, two. Probably my favorite like wrestling match that I remember is a Spot Fest WrestleMania 17, TLC Triple Threat, Edge and Christian versus Dudley Boys versus the Hardy Boys. Edge speared Jeff Hardy from a ladder. And do you know what JR says? They killed him. I actually thought he was dead. I'm like, this is the reason why Jeff Hardy can't run anymore. Yeah. Because he was taking bumps like that. Mm-hmm. Disgusting.
That's a crazy good match. I didn't even think that in my head, but that's definitely up there.
Second one is not really a match as per se, but it was just something that made me laugh so much. There was a match between, I think it was WWE Championship match between Triple H and the British Bulldog, and Rock was special guest referee, and Rock, was just absolutely killing me throughout the entire thing. He's doing stuff like he was refereeing the match and he was like, I'm bored, and he just got in the commentary booth. He's refereeing the match like, as you can see here now, the British Bulldog, he's doing this.
Is that when he kept snaking Triple H?
Yeah, that's it. 1, 2. It doesn't matter if The Rock has to free. I said, I love you, Dwayne. And that's also the time he did the best people I was ever, when he came off the ropes, slid, and did the. I love that match, man. I love that match, man.
That's a wicked match. Alright, cool. My third one is funny enough, mine keep coming towards the newer side of WWE, which is weird. Mm-hmm. But this was a Survivor Series match, Authority versus Cena's team, when Dolph Ziggler ended up winning. Sting out.
Yeah.
I just thought the whole narrative when it was just Dolph Ziggler, I think that's the best they've ever made Dolph Ziggler look. Yeah. Shout out Dolph Ziggler, another crazy good superstar that don't get appreciated. When it was like him versus, who was it, like Rusev, Luke Harper, aka Brody Lee, R.I.P., and Seth Rollins. And then on top of that, he beat them. And then on top of that, he was going to beat Seth legitimately. Yeah. That's why I liked it. It wasn't that he won because Sting come out. He won legitimately. Then Triple H got involved and almost screwed him over. And then Sting come to just save at the end. I thought that was perfect, the way they done that. But yeah, I just remember watching that. Shout out as well the match, Team John Cena versus Team NXT. Nexus, when he called it, he goes, I've been secretly forming a team. Do you remember when he come out? I've been secretly forming a team. And then everyone's like, Edge come out, and then Jericho come out, and then
Daniel Bryan,
Daniel Bryan come on the day. Yeah, that's when the Miz the Miz goes, oh, I'm ready. He goes, we don't need you no more, mate.
That's the thing. Bret Hart, like John Cena, like, you know what? I know it's wrestling, and I know it's obviously entertainment, but why the hell would you get a 50-year-old man to fight a serious battle like that?
That has no knees.
That hasn't wrestled in years.
He has no knees, bro.
It was literally a life or death match, like in wrestling terms at the time. But why the hell did you get Bret Hart?
He had worse knees than Derek Rose, and you bring him in to fight against these new young blood and right back. I was like, nah.
And then he's still fucking them up.
Yeah.
It's not the same. I have my third one now. It's occurred to me. It was a random match from Raw. It was Shawn Michaels versus Shelton Benjamin. When Shelton Benjamin jumps to the top rope, Shawn Michaels just goes bang,
kicks him out to next week.
Yeah. I feel like that was Shelton Benjamin's time to shine as a singles competitor, because that was when he broke away from the whole Team Angle thing, wasn't it? With Charlie Haas. But I feel like Shelton Benjamin's singles matches don't get enough love as they did, because he was so sick in the ring. Like he was so athletic. I feel like as a black guy growing up, he was someone that you wanted to watch on TV on a weekly basis. Be like, that could be me one day.
Yeah, I like that.
But that was not me one day. I am now
yeah.
I like that.
I like that a lot as well. Your third one?
I haven't really got a third one, so I'm just gonna say 24/7 segment on Raw 3 months ago, because I can't think of a third one. I'm gonna surprise roll up.
One last question I'll give you. Tell the people is gone.
I'll say, you go for your question.
Mine. It's just a quick one. Just favourite title reign of all time. Not it don't have to be just their reign. That reign, your favourite of all time.
I know, man.
I'll start with the current reign of Roman Reigns, in my opinion. I think it's been for me watching wrestling. I don't know if it's that I'm a bit older now. I understand a bit more, but the reign has just been unreal. It's been everything I've wanted for years because I've loved Roman since before when he got. I've loved him since the Shield from after and that. I used to actively sit at home and get angry at the crowd booing him. Like, why are you booing him? Why are you doing that? Like I was getting.
He's awesome.
Like he's amazing, and they've finally nailed his character with this tribal chief gimmick and this title reign. And it hasn't been no crappy little title reign. He's put away top tier guys, and he's put them away nice and that. So for me, it's Roman Reigns. It's current.
I reckon they'll put him past Brio Sammartino if they're serious about it.
No, they won't do that. I can't do that.
They can't. It's over 1,000. I have heard a rumor that he's. I say I've heard a rumor. I read it on Twitter, which is a rumor. But apparently they're not looking to take it off of him anytime soon. They're looking for him to go against The Rock next year at Mania.
That's the thing. It's into that Young Rock, isn't it? That TV show, Young Rock. It was
he's got to lose it and then maybe win it back.
Well, I think the only thing is, the only thing I can get from that is that they're not actually joining the belts. So he'll lose one of them, and it will go back to 2 separate belts.
But how's that work out though? Like, oh yeah, Roman, you put one of the belts in the line.
I feel like I come up with a good way of them to do it, and that is for Cody Rhodes to be the one that beats him, and for Cody to say, all I've ever wanted is the World Championship. I don't give a crap about the Universal. Like, I feel like they could put that in. Like, Roman's like, no, you don't deserve a fight at both belts. And he goes, well, I just want that one. Yeah. Because that's his dad.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I fuck with that. I fuck with that.
It's a very good idea. We'll play this.
I think that's what they could do, because they could put that hole in there. Like, I feel like they can do it.
Yo, Creative, if there any creative is watching this, can you please just take note of the last 5 minutes, because that is gold right there.
No, they ain't watching this shit.
And if they watch it and they take my idea and it happens now, I'm suing them.
With what lawyers?
David Otunga.
Shout out David Otunga.
If he wins me my case, he'll be my favourite.
You're paying his child support. In that case.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Which one of you two want to go next to your title?
You go, Tobi.
My title reign? I like to say, I can't think of one from all time, but of recent memory, it's got to be Kofi Mania.
Oh, I love that.
Because you know what it was, I literally remember watching Kofi's debut on ECW like time ago, like back in the noughties. Like when he had the fake Jamaican accent and everything.
All because his second name was Kingston.
Yeah, and apparently, because I watched his interview with Pat McAfee, right? Like when they started off, right, he came up with the Jamaican accent. He was like training with like Dragon, what's his name? The Dragon Steamboat, whatever.
Ricky Steamboat.
Yeah,
Ricky Steamboat and all them, man. And then when you're at the tryouts, they're like, look, just try and be different. And he's a high flyer, which is cool.
Yeah.
And he's like, what can I do to be different? And he said he always used to joke around like a Jamaican accent. So one day he was just joke around Jamaican accent. Went, oh, you're Jamaican? He's like, yeah, man, I can be a Jamaican. He started doing it. And they're like, yeah, come to main roster. Come to the main roster.
Yeah, come to the main roster.
That's different.
Kofi Mania.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like, bear in mind, this guy was having like 5-star matches with Randy Orton years prior. Remember he like boom dropped Randy Orton for the table.
Yo, that was elite.
Like he was doing shit like that time ago. So I feel like it would just pay sentiment to him winning the title eventually. Then obviously Big E then went to win further down the line. I feel like with Big E winning the championship though was sick to watch, because it gives me hope that Xavier Woods will win it one day himself.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't know how they're going to maneuver that, because they're going to have to put him over some like. Bear in mind, Roman Reigns is a monster, isn't it? So he's going to have to like dispatch one of the belts. Then Xavier Woods going to have like a sick match. But then I feel like Xavier Woods' finisher is a pin, isn't it? It's like a little like...
It's the most devastating move of all sorts of the game. It's called the backwards now. That's what he calls it. Backwards. I love it.
You know what? I love that he incorporated that. He sees what people like talk about, and he just knows. He's a fan.
He's a fan. First and foremost, he's a fan, so he knows what the people want to see.
Woods. I think Woods might be my favourite in the New Day.
And he also put out the... I'm joking.
Well, the what? Oh, he fucked Paige. Bro, when I saw him, he was in a threesome with Paige.
That's right.
And a former WWE referee. Yeah,
he's my favourite ref of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Because of that.
Because he busted nuts in Paige. That girl's a slut, bro.
Do you know what?
That girl, she was fucking everyone in the roster. This girl came from Norwich to wrestle, and then she's just out here sucking everyone's dick. Listen, I know you're looking to make friends, yeah, but when they say get to know your work colleagues, they don't mean like that. She's putting things up her bum and fucking everyone. Why, Paige? Why? Why?
For the content.
Why, goddammit? Why?
For the content. You know them ones, but...
Paige, I love you, I'm sorry.
She was having a threesome with these two men. And I'm seeing it, I'm like, that's one of my favourite wrestlers.
Do you know what? I was saying, you know the ref, what was his name?
Brad Maddox.
Brad Maddox.
He's the one that cost Ryback. Didn't he? He low-blowed Ryback in the cage match.
On the top of the cage,
Yeah, bastard.
That's the thing though. Brad Maddox gives me Adam Pearce vibes because they both haven't wrestled in WWE, but they'll put on such high powers and position.
Because he fucked Paige. That's why Alberto Real was fucking Paige, gave him a championship. That's what happens.
Oh god.
Oh god, man.
But to be fair, I feel like in terms of UK wrestlers, Paige is definitely up there because
She's the only one I know.
Her whole run as well.
William Regal's calling.
Oh yeah, okay, I was joking. I like Regal.
And Wade Barrett.
I love Wade Barrett.
Yeah.
Pete Dunne or Butch.
Yeah, I love Butch. I love Butch.
I love that new character.
Oh my days, do you read deep that Pat McAfee referred to Butch as the Rabid Wolverine and everyone backstage was like, yeah, you can't do that.
Did he say that?
On SmackDown, he referred to Butch as the Rabid Wolverine.
I know, I think he said he's like a rabid Wolverine. I remember him saying that. Yeah.
He's still not meant to say them two words. And
he doesn't know though. He always makes mistakes.
He knows, but he's Pat McAfee. So
am I being slow? Why can't you say that?
Because it's Chris Benoit related.
That's his nickname, Rabid Wolverine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn, I can't even remember that.
Oh yeah.
I can't even remember that.
You know what? Yeah. At work last week, I was talking about the whole case regarding. Benoit.
Yeah.
Because it's come in the conversation, and I thought there was a bit more to the story because I saw some TikTok, which is probably the worst possible source you can get, that there's more to it than just obviously what happened. Do you know what I got called? A cross-face apologist.
I love that. That's a good bar.
I was like... Yeah, shout out Leo for that one.
Do you know what? Yeah, I did once hear. I have a friend at work, right, and he was talking. My brother has a friend at work, right.
Shout out Johnny.
Yeah, he was basically talking about an ex-girlfriend of his that he had, and he said one time we had an argument, yeah, and it went a bit too far, and he had to put on a submission.
Oh no.
Because he hit him in a submission, but the Chris Benoit references were just flying all over the guy. Well, he put her in a crippler crossface.
What the fuck?
Now look. We all know that domestic abuse is not funny.
It's not funny.
However, if you are someone hits you and your first reaction is to hit back, or refrain them is to put them in a crippler crossface. I'm sorry.
Is that wrong with you? Is that wrong with you?
I'm sorry. How can I not giggle a little bit?
I'm just giggling out of shock because I didn't know where this story was going.
Man just saw red.
Bro,
saw red, bro.
Bro, hope Johnny's boys in prison because what the fuck?
No, apparently he doesn't work there no more, and apparently he's moved up north and he's in trouble a lot, but that's what we hear anyway. That's what we've heard.
If you're watching this right now, bro, you're a tap done. I hope you know this.
But yeah, so Kofi Mania, which I agree with 100%, they ended it poorly, but yeah.
With my glasses.
Mike?
I got two. One of mine is Mark Henry's Hall of Pain.
Yep.
When he kept going, this is what I do. This is what I do. This is what I do. Yeah. I loved it. Everyone was just booing him, and he just world strongest slamming everyone through announce tables. Man. Just loved it.
Shout out with Mark Henry as well, man. That one of the best segments of all time, the fake retirement.
Oh, love that.
Retirement. He ruined his own retirement. He ruined his own actual retirement.
I love that so much.
But yeah, I did like the Hall of Pain as well. I thought it was. I felt like Mark Henry didn't really get. He was another one that was a bit underrated.
Yeah.
Then he went to AEW.
Yeah, but that was a money decision. It wasn't for wrestling. I don't mind it when you go just for money.
Do you know what? I don't know
really
if
mind
I'd say it was money. It might have just been creative control.
Yeah.
Like, of what he would get in the background compared to WWE.
Well, do you know what it is? I feel like because he does some commentary on AEW, doesn't he?
Yeah, bits and pieces.
Yeah,
I think more on Dark and that.
And obviously, he wasn't really doing anything with WWE.
Yeah.
It's just because I remember I was watching another interview with Mark Henry. He was just talking about like one of the best things he's learned from Vince McMahon is just business. Like it's a business.
Yeah.
And he's like, I love Vince because he's taught me how to feed my family and my next like. And he's like, yeah, it's business. You'll be at AEW for a couple of years. You might come back to WWE.
Yeah.
Like, not biggie.
That's what I feel like the fans don't understand. A lot of fans don't understand that. Yeah, you might think these guys have gone thing. Not everyone that's gone AEW is CM Punk. That hates McMahon and hates WWE. People like The Big Show, people like Christian, people like that. Very highly likely to see him back in WWE. I think Christian needs to have a little run in WWE again, personally.
But what would he do though?
What?
Lose.
Could he be someone who comes back? Could he be someone who comes back and helps end the new Edge gimmick? Don't know. You know, like it could be like a faction because they're going to be a faction. It could be like a few guys, and then they go, "We got someone like a secret guy to come in and help us." It ends up being Christian, something like that, maybe.
That's the thing though. Like, thing is, I've always been a big Christian fan from like from the Broods like time.
Yeah,
I've always been a big. I've actually always preferred him to Edge, like overall.
It was pretty funny.
Go away.
I always preferred him to Edge because he was just like that. Because Edge was a good heel, but Christian was just a very obnoxious heel.
Yeah.
Like, if you remember WrestleMania 20 when he started lip-syncing up Trish Stratus in the ring after bashing Chris Jericho.
Loved it.
I literally feel like Christian was goated because this guy had the whole like my peeps that it would just come across really obnoxious. That's what made me like heels from a young age.
Yeah, man. I don't like Christian.
Another thing is, WWE really made Trish Stratus out to be a real hoe.
Yeah.
Like, she was passed around as well.
But
that's another one.
That's the thing. He was a very, very solid wrestler, like in the ring.
Can I? Little confession. When I was younger.
Oh God.
Nah, it's not. No.
It's gonna be like I wanked to tell one of them. I had a wank to Trish Stratus's wrestling match against Leader.
Listen, I'm not gonna say that, but that probably happened. But nah, I was just gonna say literally. I used to get Trish Stratus and Tori Wilson mixed up. I used to think they were the same person.
It's kind of racist, but
It's kind of racist.
It's kind of right.
Blonde white women.
They all look the same.
They all look the same. But yeah, you said you had two. So
yeah,
Mark Henry.
And the final one was JBL's WWE Championship run.
He was just racist, man.
Loved
God
it.
He was just racist.
Yeah, it was like, I'm the god of wrestling.
Yeah,
wrestling god.
The one when he had a skit once, where he was chilling near the border. Yeah. And then any Mexicans that came on the border who beat them up and throw them back to Mexico.
That's what I was saying, bro.
I loved it so much. It was so inappropriate.
Do you know what
I loved it?
Do you know what the funniest thing is? Yeah, when I think of that JBL stuff, that was in like the Attitude Era times and that like
Ruthless Aggression.
Well, Ruthless Aggression's Ruthless Aggression.
It was very pre-PG.
But then I was like watching something the other day about the PG. I was watching stuff with the PG era, and there's a lot of stuff they didn't allow, but yet they allowed Zeb Coulter to be a manager.
That was great.
I loved it, yeah. I thought it was hilarious, yeah, when We the People, that. But I was watching a segment with him, and I was like, he comes out and he's being racist, bro.
Yeah, I think he took it too far.
He's being really racist. And I was like,
he played the role very well.
But you can't say shit or bitch. Like, you're PG. Shout out our Truth today for bringing back his line as well. I don't even know if that's PG. Although he kind of said that at the wrong time because I was watching it thinking this is definitely going to go down the wrong way with certain people.
Yeah.
When he said it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. He's a legend, our Truth.
Our Truth, shout out our Truth, man. He could be one of the most underrated performers.
He better be in the Hall of Fame.
My bad. He 100% will be. 100 million percent because Vince McMahon
loves him.
Yeah, Vince McMahon says he's the funniest man on earth.
Yeah, apparently there was that clip of like him and Brock in the ring. And his challenge was to make Brock Lesnar laugh. And he creased him. He's like, I'm gonna fight You! I don't know. Yeah, so funny.
I think he's a. I think
he's a national treasure.
He's a national treasure. I think the best one for me is when he comes out and he's like, "This Sunday, in the Money in the Bank match, I'm gonna win the Money in the Bank." And then they're like, Kane and all that are like, "Bro, you're not in the match." Like, what are you on about? Oh, my bad.
Or the Royal Rumble when he gets a ladder. He gets a ladder and he starts climbing there and he's like, "It's the briefcase."
Even the 24/7 champions, when he's like the 24/7 Intercontinental, Continental,
7-Eleven,
7-Eleven, 9-11, 2-11.
You say 9/11?
Well, I was just saying numbers. I'm sure he said that before.
This guy doesn't give a damn.
This is how you get cancelled after episode 1.
Listen, I just said numbers. It weren't. I said 7-Eleven, 9-11. That's one long number.
I know what you mean. Did it come out like that?
Got loads of American people going, "This guy has no respect."
In the wise words of our truth, my bad.
Yeah, my bad. And in the other words of our truth, I don't even know if that's PG.
I feel like for future episodes, that's got to be like a little buzz line. I don't know. That's PG.
Yeah.
I like that.
If we can, I don't know how it will work. If we could actually have him saying it, like him.
Literally. Like,
I don't even know if that's PG.
Maybe I can edit it in or something.
Yeah, we
try something.
Me and Mike can tag team on that.
Yeah. So moving forward, I just think we should talk about a little bit of what we're going to be doing moving forward, like with the podcast and stuff. Like, so I'll let you start, Toby, with a few things that you are going to.
So, if you know me, like, no disrespect to AEW, but I'm a WWE mark and always have been. So I watch Raw and SmackDown every Tuesday morning, every Saturday morning. Sometimes I might watch a little bit of NXT because NXT UK slaps. Shout out to my homegirl Stevie Turner. If you're watching this, big love. And yeah, I'm literally just gonna feed back what I feel like went well with each corresponding episode and what the company could improve on from a creative standpoint, because I feel like as a group we discuss what creative could do better in terms of storylines, because I feel like the public could add more to wrestling storylines as opposed to what the people in-house do. Like, WWE can they can shout out something golden and weeks later it's just like, what's the point? It just turns to shit anyways. Like, as you mentioned earlier regarding the whole John Cena versus Nexus thing, like, if they were being serious, Nexus should have won that match and the whole Nexus reign thing should have gone on for a tiny bit longer, because after that, the Nexus just lost all credibility. Like, they could have gone so many places at storyline. Even Retribution as well. Like, Retribution was just a knockoff Nexus, but they could have done a lot more.
Even Retribution, they could have done so much more with them if they actually made them good.
Exactly.
But, yeah. So basically, going forward, I feel like we're going to be doing stuff like fantasy booking, like reviewing shows, debates, like people's debates and what we think about them, because there's always debates. Who's the best in the world? Who's the best of all time? Who's the best? Even AEW and WWE comparisons. Out of the three of us, I'd probably say I'm the biggest fan of AEW. I'm still more of a WWE fan, I'll be honest.
Shout out Keith Lee though, he's mine. Shout out Keith Lee.
Shout out Keith. I think that's what it is with AEW for me. It's got too many of my favourite guys that I have to like it. Like, I have to watch it. Adam Cole, baby, and all that. So, but yeah, I'm a fan of both. So I'll be obviously probably end up being devil advocate over here.
To be fair, it'd be good to have some AEW like input, because it's nice to see it from both sides of the coin.
Yeah, and we'll also be having guests occasionally that are AEW lovers, so
and WWE lovers also.
Well, of course, but everyone's a WWE lover.
Yeah, if you're not, there's literally
something wrong with you.
It's just snobby.
Yeah.
You're trying to be different.
The thing is, like, I don't think you can hate on either of them, right? Like, I think they're both doing what they've got to do. I think they both make each other better. Without, let's be honest, everyone that's going, like, I hear what they're saying, but a lot of AEW fans probably wouldn't know much about Keith Lee if it wasn't for WWE, and I'm being honest with that. I know that you've got the hardcore guys that will know who he is from the indies, but I never knew who he was, and I wouldn't have known who he was. Don't mean someone can't end up in AEW and prove who they are, because there's been a few of them as well. but he wasn't for me like a Kenny Omega. Like I feel like everyone kind of knew Kenny Omega before AEW.
I just had the ringlings of Kenny because I don't listen.
Yeah,
I don't watch any indie or any New Japan.
Yeah.
So, or any Impact. I don't watch any of that.
See, I knew about him from like YouTube.
Mine's Bullet Club. That's the reason I'm because Bullet Club.
Bullet Club. That's a crazy good gimmick as well. Yeah. So going forward, I think that's going to be more down the roads. What else do you want to put in there? What we're doing going forward?
Well, we are going to still talk about old wrestling because old wrestling is like my favorite. So we might have a little old segment where we just remember and reminisce on old things. So I think in the future when we start getting fans, what we'll do is we'll get people to review moments and we can review the moments and stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
Stuff like that. That'll be quite fun.
Yeah. Once we get engagement, 100%.
If we get an engagement, because this might just last 5 episodes and people just hate us. So
We could get cancelled.
fine.
And listen, I'll watch. I'll record it still and just watch it myself and be the one view. So
Yeah,
And also,
this is very fun.
also to add as well, and the Wise of John Laurinaitis, I'm also big on people power, so feel free to send in any questions to ask on the show.
Yeah, of course.
To our Instagram, we'll probably pop it up in the video somewhere.
Yeah.
We do have to make a YouTube channel as well, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
That's well, we're ringside savages, you know.
Yeah.
We play by our own rules.
We'll make one.
It'll be by the time they see this, the YouTube will be created.
Yes, because now
That's true. That's true.
that's when they'll be watching this or listening to it on platforms.
Yeah.
So I think that's about it. We had one more segment that we wanted to do, right?
Oh yeah. It's the quiz segment.
The quiz segment.
Quiz TV.
Yeah.
This week, Giuseppe, you're in the hot seat.
Oh.
Is it Giuseppe?
Yeah, well, basically we changed it because I want to make a really good question for next week. Unless you wanted to be in the hot seat.
I
Please
can
read
think of questions off the bat.
Please read text messages. we discussed this.
Well, I don't remember this.
This was discussed.
It was discussed earlier.
I've been snaked.
Do you want to be in the hot seat?
No, I'll do. I could do.
Should I do my little intro for it?
Go for it.
Yeah, go on then.
Welcome to the most must-see quiz show on any podcast history. Welcome to Quiz TV.
Okay, lovely.
Thank you. Yeah,
So
in order to really do that.
So in order for us to start, let's do this.
Oh, let me just go by the rules of this while you're finding it.
Go for the rules.
So the rules are this: 3 questions per week. Whoever's in the hot seat has to answer the questions. For every question you get right, you get 2 points. Yeah, I'm going to say it from now. If you get a question half right, like you can come out with half the answer and people say, that's fair, you'll get 1 point. And wrong answers, 0 points. And at the end of let's say a period we haven't come up with yet, whoever's got the most points, I don't know what we get yet. We're going to get something, maybe the US title. Maybe the US title that Tobi's currently holding.
So have a point every week.
And the loser has to do a forfeit of some sort.
I feel like we need the RSS belt.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future when we have
Be
money.
featured one day. We'll set up a GoFundMe for the belt.
It'll be like worth like 100,000.
Yeah.
And then the loser will have to do a forfeit. It might whatever we think of at the time.
Maybe going for a table or something.
Yeah, going for a table or singing a theme song or something.
on Mike's balcony right there.
In front of the balcony.
Balcony. If he survives. Backyard wrestling.
Backyard wrestling. So yeah, let's go.
So is it?
I'm ready.
It's
I'm
3
ready.
questions
You
each,
go.
right?
Yeah. So
Oh, is it 3 each?
yeah. So I've got an easy one and a hard one. Mike can do a medium one for you.
Yeah, so it's 3 altogether.
I'll do 3 together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Cool.
we can do 4. Actually, do you want, have you got 2?
I can think of 2 off the.
Yeah,
top.
we'll do 4 because then each person gets 2 questions, right?
Yeah.
To give. So we'll
Okay.
do 4. Yeah.
You go first with your easy one, I guess.
Okay. So at WrestleMania 18, who does Stone Cold Steve Austin go up against?
Oh my god! Oh my days! Have we got a time limit?
Not really.
Not really.
And you said it's easy.
Whatever the camera battery times, I guess.
I mean, I thought that was pretty not easy.
I
know it is, but
it's pretty not easy, isn't it? Like,
it's quite easy.
I'll give you a hint. I'll give
No hints. No hints.
Okay.
No hints.
Okay.
can we? Cool. I'm adding a new rule. You can ask for a hint, but it makes it go to the 1 point if you get it right.
Okay.
How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I like that.
Yeah, I'll take the hint.
Me and Mike should be a hint for you.
Hogan. No. Shoosh! I knew it. I bet it's Razor. I knew it was Razor. I knew it.
That's a very hard question.
Short hole.
That's a hard question.
He said that was the easy
I
one.
thought it was a rock. That's a very hard question.
So the two headlines, the two main events was Hollywood Hogan and The Rock, but prior to that was Stone Cold Steve Austin and Scott Hall. That's when Scott Hall and Kevin Nash turned on Hulk Hogan because he shook hands with The Rock at the end, didn't it?
And then Nash, he did that stunner and was like,
yeah.
I knew it was Razor.
Yeah, we're so cold did the stunner. It's like, another one, bang. Yeah.
Oh man, go on, Mike. Give me your question.
My question is actually like quite easy because it's easy. Who did Kevin Owens beat in his first ever WWE title match?
Does that count NXT?
No, just like
WWE. John Cena.
There we go.
Bing, bing, bing.
2 points.
I mean, that's what his question was meant to be. Easy.
Yep.
Thank you.
Nothing possible.
Okay, I've got an easy one for you.
Was that last one your hard one?
No, he's taking away the hard one.
No, was that your hard one? That one.
That was meant to be my easy one.
No, you can't do it. It has to be a hard one now.
It's a hard one.
It has to be a hard one.
You're
now.
so harsh.
Okay.
Toby. I'm coming for you.
Okay, so this question's not even from me. This is from @JohnnyRest13 on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
So, first wrestler to hold a secondary title in WWE after winning the world title. I'll repeat that again because I feel like I stumble my words.
Yeah, do that again.
First wrestler to hold a secondary title in WWE after winning the world title.
First things first. I don't like you, JP, coming with these hard questions.
Wait, what's that question again?
That was John Hagan.
Yeah. Oh, John.
Wait, can you say that question again?
First wrestler to hold a secondary title in WWE, so that's like Intercontinental United States or whatnot, after winning the world title.
So they won a world title and then they won a secondary title afterwards.
Yes.
So they had both belts at the same time?
No, just like one after another.
So the first guy that won the world championship before winning Meaty one.
Yeah. I didn't get this. I was just like, huh?
I feel like it's old school. I feel like it can't be new because it's the first guy to ever do it.
I think I know who it is.
You can choose to have a ballpark guess or you can choose to tap out.
I'm going to have a ballpark guess. Bret Hart.
The answer is Pedro Morales.
Who the fuck is
that? Who is that? I don't even know who that is.
Is that
Sorry, what's his name? Paige?
Pedro Morales.
Pedro. Sorry, Pedro, but I don't know who you are.
Thank you @JohnnyRest13.
Johnny, that's out of order. Who knows that? Obviously, Johnny.
My questions are not as hard as that. But anyways. Okay. In SmackDown vs. Raw.
Oh God.
Rey Mysterio had a particular weight. What was his weight in SmackDown vs. Raw, and what was his weight in real life in wrestling?
What the fuck?
To get the 2 points, you must get both of Rey Mysterio's weights.
Hold on.
What the
in pounds.
That makes my question look a bit easier.
Hold on. Who knows that?
I do.
You know the actual...
Yeah, he had 2 weights. One from SmackDown vs. Raw, and one in actual wrestling when they're actually
I think it would be more fair for you to tell me the real one, and then I've got to guess the game.
No. To get the 2 points, you have to get both of them. So what's the game one and what's the real one?
So the real one, I'm gonna say
in pounds or kilos.
Pounds, because that's how we do it in WWE style.
I'm gonna say in real life. I don't know, man. I'm crap with weights and stuff, man. I'd say £100 in.
£100.
Is that a lot? Is that a lot? What is that?
Bro, my girl weighs like £100.
Oh, okay. Let me say. All right, cool. 150 pounds.
Is that your final answer?
The real life one, yeah.
Yeah.
What was the real life one?
Well, I'm not gonna say what that is, but you can try to get the second one.
260 pounds.
So the correct answers was
That's like 175 or some shit.
175 and 176.
Boom!
Those are the weights. So with only 2 points today, Giuseppe B-Tech Roman Reigns with B-Tech answers.
And next week on the hot seat, we will have Sexual Chocolate himself.
Yeah, I'm ready, baby.
Oh, mate, you got to wait, mate. I'm gonna ask you for some. Oh, mate, you know what question this guy's gonna get from me? Yeah. How much does the ref weigh in WWE?
No, but I feel like
That's just mean.
But because I used to play a lot of Sunday vs Raw, I used to remember Cody Wayne and this guy. I used to know like everyone's old weights, and I kind of remembered it as well. Like when they were still coming, like I know Roman Reigns weighs 265. I just know this shit.
That's the thing. That's I remember. Rey Mysterio was 175. He said probably 175.
Yeah, I know Brock Lesnar's 185. I just know it.
I felt like, what did I say?
150 and
150.
then 2
Can I say something?
Cruiserweight,
I kind of feel like 150 is probably his real weight because you know WWE had about 20.
You said 150? No.
No.
Rey Mysterio is wham.
You got to bear in mind. You got to bear in mind.
Well, he never used to be. We're talking about it back in SmackDown versus Raw days. He weren't one back then.
No, wrestlers are more muscular than you think. Like
Wrestlers are muscly, you know.
Hey, listen, this guy tried to tell me that was an easy question.
No, that was my hard one. My one before was the easy one.
Oh, okay.
That was my hard one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Where's Pogba in all this?
Blame Pogba.
Where's Pogba in all this?
Well, I was going to say thank you, but I only got 2 points.
But
yeah, you can't really do that.
Yeah.
With that point limit.
Hey, listen, you lot ain't hit the hot seat yet. It's actually quite hard. That'd be crap.
So next episode, as we mentioned, we're going to have the sexual dark chocolate himself.
Hey, I got 2 questions on the fly. Just up like that.
I know. I respect it. I respect it.
Not. It hasn't been bad for
first episode.
First episode. Minimal organisation, I'd say.
Yeah.
For us, we're pretty on the Bulldog boys.
I think the hardest thing about podcasts is getting fans and getting people to actually listen to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you actually enjoy it and listen to it, share it to other wrestling people.
Yeah.
That's all we ask.
Wrestling forums, whatever.
The IWC. If anyone from the IWC is watching this, please do not crucify. This is our first episode with no preparation.
Yep. And also, another question is people that listen that think that we just hate on AEW and that for reasons they don't want to they don't want to watch for that reason. Well, listen, we will have people calling in. We'll have all sorts. So if you're AEW fans and you hate what we're saying, then we can go back and forth with you guys, you know. And
you can bring your candy ass right here.
Yeah. And then we'll ask you obviously what you think about AEW, but in the end it doesn't matter what you think.
Love that.
But yeah,
because we're ringside savages and we want the smoke.
Thank you.
Jeez Louise.